Hey, Truth Seekers, 177th post here already. Sometimes it's hard to believe I made that many. Holy smokes. And anyway, this one, we're going to talk about a pretty big topic because it turns out that this Orion space launch today is no joke. It goes hand in hand with the Philae spacecraft landing. If you haven't seen my videos before, I did one on the Philae comet landing. Since doing that video, I've come to discover that that comet that we supposedly landed on, or the European Space Program did, that comet was discovered September 11th, 1969. And if you've seen my video, the comet known as P-67, its longer official name, it sums to 119, 119 in gematria as I teach, and it was discovered when? September 11th. I didn't have that detail in the first post, but anyway, it foreshadowed all sorts of, what do you want to call it, doomsday destruction for this nation within the numbers coded into that. This is much the same, so let's get into it. First, let's get this right. Let's see, maybe back it up. Bear with me, Truth Seekers. Wish my production level was higher. Alright, that's good enough. So anyway, this mission, Orion, it was first announced May 24th, 2011. Right away, I wanted to see what day that was. It turns out May 24th is the 144th day of the year. From the book of Revelation, the number 144 is mentioned in Revelation 7:4. Again, all of this numerology also ties back to Revelation and a whole lot more. I have a post called Revelation and the Birth of a Nation. It's worth checking out. More recently, it was in the headlines because its launch of 12/4 was canceled and moved to 12/5. And when I saw that, I said, aha, that makes a whole lot of sense to me. Why? Because the numerology of this date is 30, which isn't as important to the Masons, I don't believe, but 31 sure is. That's the foundational degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. So why not have a prototype launch on a day of foundation? What today was, 12/5/14. The launch took place at Cape Canaveral in gematria. Cape Canaveral sums to 66 if V is 22, V exception. The thing is called Orion Deep Space Capsule, which sums to 113, 113. Just like in the Michael Brown, it took place in front of apartments called Canfield Green Apartments, 113. Why? Because the Freemasons are hoaxing us in space, in the streets of Ferguson, and just about everywhere else, you guys. We're living in a big hoax put on by them. Today's thing was called Exploration Flight Test. This phrase, doesn't it sound forced? Exploration Flight Test. Exploration Flight Test. Yeah, it sums to 113. They can't help themselves. I've been saying that for a year. That's how these people give themselves away. They just keep coding the same stuff into everything because they're lunatics. At least that's what I think. So down here, it came to rest in the Pacific. Mission ended in the Pacific. Near San Diego, we got the 4774 gematria. Remember, it's Revelation 7:4 that mentions the number 144,000. The other thing I want to focus on is how long it lasted for the flight. It's said to have lasted 4 hours and 24 minutes. And because I've been studying Jewish gematria, this stood out to me right away, and I said, you've got to be kidding me. There's something going on called the Bourbon Conference right now. It's an international bigwig conference. The Bourbon Conference. Bourbon happens to sum to 424 in Jewish gematria. So does North Korea. North Korea sums to 424. Think of always the North Korea fear-mongering. And guess what? The phrase burn in hell also sums to 424. If you read Revelation, you can see how the phrase burn in hell might fit right in. So these are the pieces to the puzzle right now that they're putting out there for us, Truth Seeker. Between this and the comet landing, I'm starting to think that maybe they really are going to, one day on the news, just how stuff comes out of nowhere. They're going to say a comet's destined for Earth, it's going to hit at this time, and maybe they got some big spectacle planned for us, and maybe they're going to cause a lot of devastation along how big of a region, I am not sure. San Diego, maybe the whole West Coast. I don't know what they're capable of. That's the thing, Truth Seekers. We're in the dark here. We don't know what kind of capability they have. We don't know what we've been lied to. I'm not even sure that nuclear bombs are real anymore. I could be wrong about that, but the only place I've ever seen a nuclear bomb or an atomic bomb is on television. And with what I know now, I know they've faked so much, I don't know what to believe is real. In our news headlines, we hear things about how the military has laser weapons that can turn anything to dust from 6 miles away. I mean, is that true? If that's true, that's insane. Think about that. From 6 miles away, you can turn anything to dust? We don't know what they have, Truth Seeker. I mean, that's why we as a people, we are reaching a point in time where we have to awake, unite, and put the brakes on. Because these people are taking us over the cliff, no doubt. And our only hope is to stop it before they do, or get the word out. And, 10 years ago I made this video. A lot of you probably would have thought I was crazy. And the reason I say that is because as time goes on, more and more of us are becoming awake. And that's true for people who haven't quite awakened yet, too. There's a lot of people on the cusp, so you guys got to be brave, spread the word, talk to your friends and family, get them to watch videos like this, like and subscribe, and start putting out your own content. I advise you guys to do the same type of thing. The research that I'm teaching you, you guys can apply too. I haven't uncovered everything. There's a lot of stones left to unturned. Every time I dedicate time to finding out more stuff, I find out more stuff. It's there. It's deep. So, feel free to help me out, Truth Seekers. Thanks as always for tuning in. Until next time.